The Galactic Alliance received a strange signal from Earth. It was short and simple. Earth had agreed to send help against the Van Dominion, a powerful and growing threat. But what confused everyone was the last part of the message. One ship, en route. The great hall of the Alliance was filled with laughter. Hundreds of leaders from many planets were present. They all looked at the message on the screen and shook their heads. One ship. That cannot be right, said Commander Tilg. From the Velen Empire. Surely the humans made a mistake, or they think this is a joke. Said High Admiral Korth of the Rylax Union. Ambassador Zarakel of the Threx Confederacy did not laugh. She watched the others and remained quiet. Her memory was long, and she remembered Earth's strange history. She had read about how humans had won battles with smaller numbers and weaker weapons. She raised her voice. Let us not judge too quickly. Humans are different. But most in the room ignored her words. To them, Earth was a small power with limited ships and no true place in the galaxy's military affairs. Meanwhile, far from the Alliance Hall, a single ship left Earth's orbit. It was called the Liberty Dawn. It was long, smooth, and quiet. It had no big guns on the outside, no flashing lights, and no loud engines. But inside, everything was ready. Captain Amanda Brooks sat in the command chair. She was calm and focused. She looked at the stars ahead and then at her crew. Status report, she said. Jordan Lewis, the second in command, nodded. Systems are green. Quantum core is stable. All crew are ready. Good, she said. Let's go. Meet the galaxy. The ship jumped into space, heading toward the front lines. Across the stars, the war had already begun. The Van Dominion had destroyed 5 outer colonies. Their ships were fast, deadly, and full of strange tech. The Alliance had sent hundreds of ships to stop them. On the edge of the battle zone, alien commanders watched the Liberty Dawn arrive. Is that the human ship? Asked Admiral Solar of the Trenk fleet. Yes, answered his aide. One ship, as they said. Stay out of its way, Solar said with a laugh. They will probably turn around soon. The Liberty Dawn stayed at the edge. It did not move toward the battle. It did not fire. It only watched. On the bridge, Amanda looked at the screen. Red dots filled the map, showing the Van forces. Blue dots showed the Alliance fleet. It was not looking good. Jordan, she said, run the model again. Jordan nodded. He tapped a few keys and the screen changed. The Liberty Dawn began running silent scans and collecting data. The rest of the crew stayed quiet. Daniel Cross, the ship's tech officer, monitored the systems. Leah Monroe, the ship's strategist, studied enemy movements. Back in the Alliance fleet, some commanders grew angry. They are not fighting. Why are they even here? Shouted Admiral Korth. Maybe they are afraid, said another dot. Zarakel watched the human ship through her screen. She noticed something strange. The Liberty Dawn was moving in small steps, slow and careful. Not like a ship scared to fight. Like a hunter. Suddenly, something happened. One of the Van heavy cruisers exploded without warning. No shots were fired. No missiles were launched. The Alliance ships paused. Then another Van ship stopped moving. Its lights went out, and it drifted into space. What is happening? Asked Admiral Solar. Unknown, said his aide. It came from the human ship. Amanda gave a simple command. Hold position, continue scan, confirm target shutdown. Leah Monroe smiled slightly. They still don't know it was us. Jordan nodded. They will soon. On the Alliance screens, a message appeared. From Liberty Dawn message, we came prepared. The room of the Alliance fell silent. No one laughed now. Zarakel nodded slowly. Yes, this is how humans fight. The battle was far from over. The Varn still had many ships. But one thing was now clear. Earth had not made a mistake. They had only sent one ship, because they only needed one. The Liberty Dawn stayed near the edge of the battlefield. It did not move fast or attack again. The ship was quiet. It seemed like it was doing nothing. But inside, the crew was busy. Captain. Amanda Brooks sat in her chair, watching the screen. The Varn ships were pushing forward. The Alliance fleet was losing ground. Many alien ships were burning. More and more red lights appeared on the battle map. They are not ready for this enemy, Amanda said. Jordan Lewis looked at the screen and nodded. They are brave, but they fight like it is a normal war. The Varn do not fight normal. Leah Monroe, the strategist, pointed at one spot on the map. This group here will be cut off soon. If we do not help them now, they will be lost. Amanda thought, for a moment, do it, but keep our full systems hidden. No full reveal yet. The ship moved forward, slow and calm. It passed through clouds of space debris and broken ships. Many alien commanders saw it but paid no attention. Suddenly, Varn ships turned to face the Liberty Dawn. They fired energy weapons. Red beams shot through space. The beams hit the Liberty Dawn, but nothing happened. The ship glowed for a second, then the light vanished. Shield stable, said Daniel Cross. No damage. Amanda gave a short command. Return fire. Controlled pulse. No full system. Jordan tapped a few buttons. A soft hum filled the ship. A single blue wave shot out from the Liberty Dawn. The 4 Varn ships stopped moving. They spun. Slowly, powerless. Their engines were off. Their weapons were cold. Leah smiled. They never saw it coming. The Liberty Dawn moved past the Varn ships and reached the trapped Alliance group. Most of the alien ships there were damaged. One of them, from the Zarn species, sent a call. Human ship, why are you here? You cannot win this alone. Amanda replied, we are not alone. We are with you. Just stay close and follow. The damaged ships formed a line behind the Liberty Dawn. The human ship led them through a safe path back to the main fleet. Along the way, more Varn ships tried to stop them, but each time the Liberty Dawn used a new trick. It sent false signals. It jammed Varn's sensors. It made the ship seem like it had split into 5 ships. The enemy could not tell what was real. On one alien ship, Admiral Solar watched in shock. They are using tech we have never seen. How can they do this? Should we ask for help? His aide asked. Solar frowned. We already did. That one ship is helping more than 10 of ours. Back on the Liberty Dawn, Daniel watched the readings. They are starting to notice us. They are scanning deeper now. Amanda nodded. Let them scan, let them wonder, but do not show them the core. At the Alliance command ship, Zarakel spoke. To other leaders, you see what I told you. Humans do not come in numbers. They come in silence. They come with plans. Some leaders still did not trust the humans. Others began to change their minds. Should we ask them for orders? One commander asked. Zarakel replied, they are not here to lead, but they know what to do. Wash them. On the battlefield, the Liberty Dawn began to change the flow of the fight. It picked weak points in the Varn lines. It guided small groups of ships to better spots. It never shouted commands. It never showed off. But ships near it lived longer. They fought smarter. More Varn ships fell. One by one, the tide began to turn. Amanda watched the change. She saw hope grow again in the fleet. But she knew it was not enough. "We are still losing too much," she said. "This is not the real wave. The Varn are testing us." Jordan agreed. "The real attack is still coming. How long until they launch it?" Leah asked. Amanda looked at the map. "Soon, very soon. Get ready and tell the crew to rest. They will need full strength." The crew began to rotate shifts. The ship stayed alert. Its systems stayed hidden. The Liberty Dawn was not just a weapon. It was a message, a warning, a mystery. Back at the Alliance Council, many eyes now turned to Earth, the planet that had sent only one ship, the planet that had been quiet for so long. One of the younger leaders asked, "Why did they only send one?" Zarakel looked at the screen and answered, "Because they believe one is enough." As the stars shifted and the Varn ships pulled back to regroup, the Liberty Dawn returned to its quiet watch. It had Captain Amanda Brooks stood in the control room of the Liberty Dawn. Outside, space was calm again, but everyone on board knew it would not stay that way. The enemy had stepped back, but it was only for a moment. Jordan Lewis checked the systems. All systems ready. Shields are at full. Weapons are cold, but can be hot in seconds. Leah Monroe sat at her station, eyes on the battle map. "I think the Varn are moving into new positions. They are not running, they are getting ready." Amanda nodded. "Then we use the time to prepare. No fear, no rush. We stay sharp." In the deep space, near the edge of the sector, the Varn was silent. No messages, no movement, but strange energy readings appeared. Some Alliance ships sent scouts, but the scouts did not return. Daniel Cross studied the signals. They are building something, a large field of power, maybe a trap, maybe a weapon. Amanda looked at the screen and said, "Or both." The Alliance Command, called the Liberty Dawn, Admiral Solar and Zarakel appeared on the screen. "Captain Brooks," Solar said, "we are losing too many ships. We need to know what you are doing. We are watching, we are learning. The Varn do not show all their tools at once." Amanda replied. Zarakel leaned forward. "Do you know what they are planning?" Amanda answered, "Not yet, but we have a way to find out. We can go closer." Solar shook his head. "You will be cut off. No backup." "We understand," Amanda said. "We are not trying to win alone. We are trying to stop something worse." Jordan looked at Amanda. "If we go closer, we will need to cloak the core." "Yes," Amanda said. "Do it, and prepare the ghost mode." The Liberty Dawn began to change. Lights dimmed. The engines grew quiet. On the outside, the ship almost disappeared. It moved like a shadow. Closer and closer it went toward the strange Varn signal. At first, nothing changed. Then, a large object appeared on the screen. It was not a ship. It was a station. Round, dark, and pulsing with red light. Daniel stared. "That is not just a station. It is a weapon. A field generator." Leia frowned. "If they use that, our fleet will be trapped. No ships will move." Amanda gave the order. "Send a silent scan. Full map. No sound. No trace." The scan showed many Varn ships around the station. Some were new models. faster, stronger. The Liberty Dawn stayed still, watching. No Varn ships noticed it. Then a light on the control panel turned red. "They found us," Jordan said. Amanda reacted fast. Ghost mode. Now, the ship released small drones. Each drone sent a false signal. The Varn picked up 10 Liberty Dawns. They fired in all directions. Amanda turned to Leah. "Send the full report to the Alliance. Tell them what we saw." Leah nodded and started the transmission. The Liberty Dawn moved fast, flying between enemy ships. Beams of light passed close, but none hit. The ship returned to the edge of the battlefield. On the Alliance command ship, Zarakel watched the report. Her eyes widened. They are planning to trap the whole fleet. Admiral Solar stood up. "Pull back the forward ships. We must stop them before they activate that thing." Zarakel shook her head. "We cannot stop it. But maybe the humans can." Amanda. Brooks received the message. She looked at her crew. "They want us to destroy it." Daniel looked nervous. "That station is big, very strong. We do not destroy it with power," Amanda said. "We destroy it with the mind." The crew got to work. Jordan set up a new path. Leah studied the structure of the station. Daniel built a fake signal to confuse the Varn. It would look like the station was under attack from all sides. When everything was ready, Amanda gave the order. The Liberty Dawn jumped back into enemy space. The fake signals started at once. Varn ships moved away from the station. They looked for ships that were not there. Then a small drone from the Liberty Dawn flew into the center of the station. It carried a special device. Not a bomb, not a laser. A virus. Daniel activated it. It is inside the core. The station's red light turned blue, then white, then dark. The power dropped fast. Amanda said, "Now, full pulse." The Liberty Dawn fired. A single energy wave. It hit the station's weak point. The station broke apart in silence. The Varn ships turned back too late. The Liberty Dawn had already vanished again. At the Alliance command ship, cheers filled the room. Zarakel smiled. "They did it." Solar looked at the screen and said, "With just one ship." Amanda watched the pieces of the broken station drift through space. She said to her crew, "We just made them angry. Now they will show their full force." Jordan asked, "Are we ready?" Amanda answered, "We will be." Asterisk, the stars were quiet again. The Varn had stopped attacking for now, but everyone on the Liberty Dawn knew it would not last. The enemy had lost their station, and now they would strike with full force. Inside the ship, the crew worked without rest. Captain Amanda Brooks stood near the center screen. Her eyes followed the signals coming from the edge of space. Jordan Lewis read the data. "They are bringing new ships, bigger ones, many of them." Leah Monroe pointed to the map. "They are forming 3 attack groups. One will hit the center of the fleet. The other 2 will try to break the sides." Amanda nodded. "That means they want to crush us fast. We cannot let that happen." Back at the Alliance command ship, leaders were worried. Admiral Solar looked at the reports with a hard face. "They outnumber us. If they attack now, we will lose half the fleet," he said. Zarakel stood beside him. "The humans stopped the station. Maybe they can stop this too." Solar shook his head. "They are just one ship. They cannot fight this many." "They already have," she said. On the Liberty Dawn, Amanda turned to her team. "We will not face all of them. At once, we will break their attack. We need to confuse them again." Daniel Cross spoke. We can copy the pulse trick from before, but they might be ready this time. That is fine, Amanda said. They only need to believe. If they believe what they see, we win. The Liberty Dawn moved forward. It slid between stars like a shadow. The enemy fleet was large. So many ships that the stars behind them were hard to see. Amanda watched the screen. She waited. Then she gave the order. Send the decoys. Begin the pattern. Tiny drones flew out from the Liberty Dawn. Each one carried a signal. Some looked like real ships. Others showed weapons charging. The Varn saw what they expected to see. One Varn group turned early. They thought they were under attack. They broke formation and fired into empty space. Leah smiled. That is one side broken. Jordan said, but the others are still coming. Amanda said, then we break the second. This time, they sent false messages. In the enemy's own code, the Varn commanders received fake orders. They changed course. One group moved left, the other right. Now they were no longer working together, Daniel said. They are not one force anymore. They are three pieces. Amanda said, now we hit the weak one. The Liberty Dawn sped up. It aimed for the smallest of the Varn groups. The enemy tried to react, but it was too late. The human ship hit fast. It shut down 5 ships in seconds. More Varn ships turned to help, but Amanda had already pulled back. The trap was set. Alliance ships saw the chance. They followed the Liberty Dawn and hit the same weak point. In minutes, that side of the Varn attack was gone. Admiral Solar watched the battle shift. They opened the door for us. Now we must step through. He gave the order. The Alliance fleet moved. Now they had hope. But the fight was not over. The 2 other Varn groups began to join again. They saw what the Liberty Dawn had done. Now they were angry. They started to chase the human ship. Jordan looked at the screen. They are all coming for us. Amanda nodded. Then we go deeper. They want us. Let them follow. The Liberty Dawn flew into a nebula. The cloud was thick. Sensors did not work well inside. The Varn followed, but they could not see clearly. Inside the cloud, Amanda gave a quiet order. Split the signal. Make it look like we are everywhere. Daniel sent out more drones. Lights flashed in every direction. The Varn ships became confused. They fired at shadows. They turned on each other by mistake. Leah said, they cannot tell where we are. They are blind. One by one, Varn ships fell. The Liberty Dawn moved between them like smoke. Outside the nebula, Alliance ships waited. They could not help, but they saw the lights. Zarakel whispered, they are dancing through the storm. Then, silence. The lights faded. For a moment, no one knew what happened. Then the Liberty Dawn came out of the cloud. Behind it, the Varn ships were gone. Amanda spoke to the fleet. The way is clear. Move forward. Do not stop. The fleet cheered. The battle was not over, but they had a path now. The humans had made it. Admiral Solar looked at Zarakel. They did more than we asked. She said, they always do. On the Liberty Dawn, Amanda sat back. Her face was calm, but her eyes were sharp. They will not stop, she said. The Varn have more. They will come again. Jordan said, then we keep fighting, one step at a time. Amanda nodded. The battle was not finished. The Liberty Dawn had won many fights, but the war was still going. Deep in space, the Varn were not done. They had one last plan, and it was dangerous. Captain Amanda Brooks stood on the bridge. Her crew was quiet, but ready. Everyone knew the final attack was coming soon. Jordan Lewis checked the scans. There is a large signal coming from the dark zone. We cannot read it clearly. It is big, very big. Leah Monroe pointed at the screen. They are hiding something. I think it is their command ship. Bigger than anything we have seen before. Amanda nodded. Then that is what we must face. If we stop their leader, the others will fall back. The Alliance fleet was still recovering. Ships were being repaired. Soldiers were resting. They could not fight another battle right away. Admiral Solar sent a message. We cannot help you this time. We need more time. Amanda replied, we understand. Just hold the line. We will handle this. Zerekil also appeared on the screen. If this is your last move, then we will never forget it. The Liberty Dawn turned toward the dark zone. Space there was cold and empty. No stars shined in that area. It felt wrong as they entered the dark zone. The crew saw the enemy ship. It was huge, black and round, with red lights glowing across its surface. It did not move, but power came from it like a storm. Daniel Cross looked at the readings. This ship is alive. It is more than metal. Amanda gave the order. Prepare everything. All systems on. No hiding this time. Jordan said, core power is rising. All weapons online. Shields are full. The Vaughn command ship sent a signal. It was not words. It was a feeling, cold and angry. It wanted to crush everything. The Liberty Dawn moved closer. The enemy ship opened large doors. Smaller Vaughn ships flew out. They were fast and armed. The sky filled with red lights. Amanda said, we hold the line. Aim for the center. That is the weak point. The battle began. The Liberty Dawn flew through the storm. Lasers, beams, and missiles filled space. The ship took hits, but the shields held. Leah Monroe shouted, they are trying to block us. They know we are going for the core. Amanda said, we go anyway. Trust the ship. Trust each other. The crew worked like one. Jordan fired the main cannon. It cut through enemy ships. Daniel sent out drones to stop the attacks. Leah gave quick moves to dodge the fire. They reached the center of the enemy ship. It was like a heart beating with dark light. Amanda gave the final command. Fire the core lance, now. A beam of blue light shot from the Liberty Dawn. It hit the center of the Vaughn ship. The red lights flickered. Then the ship started to shake. Daniel said, the power is breaking. They cannot hold it. The Vaughn ships around them began to lose control. Some crashed into each other. Some flew away. The command ship cracked open. Fire and smoke poured out. Jordan said, we did it. Amanda looked at the screen. Pull back. We are not done yet. The Liberty Dawn flew away from the breaking ship. Behind them, the enemy command ship exploded. A wave of light spread across space. The Vaughn fleet stopped fighting. Back at the Alliance command, the screens went clear. No more Vaughn signals. Admiral Solar stood up. They are retreating. We won. Zarakel smiled. No, the humans won. We followed. The Liberty Dawn returned to the fleet. It had damage, but it was still flying. The crew was tired, but their eyes were bright. Amanda sent one final message to the Alliance. The job is done. The threat is gone. The sky is safe again. After the battle, a meeting was held. All leaders came. They spoke of the Liberty Dawn. They told the story of how one ship had changed the war. Amanda and her crew did not ask for medals. They only asked for peace. One young commander asked, "Why did Earth send only one ship?" Zarakel answered, "Because one was enough." Far away, the Liberty Dawn flew back to Earth. Its lights were dim, but its heart was strong. The stars were calm now. The war was over. And the galaxy would always remember the day when one ship made all the difference. Asterisk. The Liberty Dawn moved slowly through space. The war was over, but the crew was not resting yet. The ship was on its way back to Earth. The stars outside were quiet. No more enemy signals. No more battles. Captain Amanda Brooks sat in her chair. Her hands were still on the armrests. Her eyes watched the screen in front of her. She was calm, but her mind was working. Jordan Lewis stood beside her. No trouble in this sector. Everything looks clean. Leah Monroe checked the map. We are 2 days from Earth. All systems are working. Daniel Krauss smiled. I never thought we would make it back with the ship in one piece. Amanda looked at her crew. We came out of this because we stayed together, not because of the ship. It helped, yes, but the people made the difference. The crew smiled, but their faces showed signs of long days and short sleep. They had seen things that others had not. They had fought in silence, alone in the dark. But they were still standing. A signal came through. It was from Earth. A woman appeared on the screen. Her name was Laura, the head of Earth's Space Command. "Captain Brooks," she said, "we are proud of you. The whole world watched your fight." The people cheered when they saw the Vaughn run. Amanda nodded. It was a team effort. We were not alone in this. Laura said, "Still, you carried the burden. One ship, one crew. It was more than anyone expected." "We did what we had to do," Amanda replied. "Now we just want to come home." "You have earned that," Laura said. "We will be waiting." The signal ended. The ship moved closer to a blue and green world. Earth. The crew stared at the screen. Many had not seen their home in a long time. Leah said, "It looks peaceful, like nothing happened." Jordan replied, "That's what we were fighting for, so they would not see the war." The Liberty Dawn entered Earth's orbit. A large space station greeted them. Other ships saluted them as they passed. Messages came in from many places. People wanted to thank them. Some called them heroes. Others asked them to tell their story. Amanda looked tired. They want to hear stories. But the truth is hard. War is not a story, it is pain. Daniel said, "Still, maybe if they hear it, they will stop the next war." The ship landed slowly at a spaceport. The crew stepped out. Cameras were waiting. Reporters asked many questions. Amanda spoke few words. "We did our duty," she said. "Now we want peace." The crew was given rest and honors. Medals were placed on their uniforms. But none of them smiled during the ceremony. They had seen too much to enjoy the moment. Days passed. People returned to their lives. The news moved on, but some still remembered. Schools told the story of the Liberty Dawn. Children drew pictures of the ship. Songs were written, books were printed, but the crew stayed quiet. They did not speak often about the war. Amanda walked near the coast one evening. The sky was orange. The sea was calm. Jordan joined her. "Do you think it will stay peaceful?" he asked. "I hope so," Amanda said. "But hope is not enough. We need to stay ready." "Will we fly again?" he asked. Amanda smiled. "Maybe, if the stars call us again, but I would rather they stay quiet." Back at the space station, the Liberty Dawn was under care. Engineers looked at its systems. Scientists studied its tech, but no one could fully understand it. It had grown with its crew. It had become more than wires and metal. Some wanted to build more ships like it. Others said one was enough. Zarakel visited Earth. She met with Amanda at a quiet place. They shared tea and watched the sky. The galaxy has changed, Zarakel said. They now speak of humans with respect. Respect is good, Amanda said, but I do not want fear. We should not become what we fought. Then you must lead, Zarakel replied. Not just ships, but the way forward. Amanda looked at the stars. We will try. In time, the Liberty Dawn became a symbol, not just of power, but of unity, of what one ship and one crew could do when it mattered most. And though space stayed quiet, the world knew that somewhere, that